Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Anita Anand with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Jammu and Kashmir for conducting transparent local body polls, says J&K has won Gandhiji's vision for Gram Swaraj. Today is historic day as 21 lakh people will benefit from Ayushman Bharat PMJ Sehat in Jammu and Kashmir, says Prime Minister. Home Minister Amit Shah to launch several development projects at Amin Gaon in Guwahati. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari says the government is making 22 green express highways to connect different parts of the country. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.78%. And in cricket, India bowls out Australia for 195 runs in the first innings of the second test at Melbourne. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin the bulletin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these three simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. Now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded the administration of Jammu and Kashmir for conducting the local body elections in a transparent manner. He said J&K has won Mahatma Gandhiji's vision of Gram Swaraj.
ये त्रिस्तरीय पंचायत व्यवस्था एक प्रकार से गांधी के ग्राम स्वराज का सपना जीता है और देश में जो पंचायती राज व्यवस्था है उसने आज जम्मू कश्मीर की धरती पर पूर्णता को प्राप्त किया है.
He also congratulated the people of Jammu and Kashmir for strengthening democracy and praised the people for braving against all odds, including that of cold and COVID, to participate in the recently concluded elections of the District Development Council.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल के चुनाव ने एक नया अध्याय लिखा है. मैं इन चुनावों के हर फेज में देख रहा था कि कैसे इतनी सर्दी के बावजूद, कोरोना के बावजूद नौजवान, बुजुर्ग, महिलाएं बूथ पर पहुंचे, घंटों तक कतार में खड़े रहे. जम्मू कश्मीर के हर वोटर के चेहरे पर मुझे विकास के लिए, डेवलपमेंट के लिए एक उम्मीद नजर आई, उमंग नजर आई. जम्मू कश्मीर के हर वोटर की आंखों में मैंने अतीत को पीछे छोड़ते हुए बेहतर भविष्य का विश्वास भी देखा. साथियों, इन चुनावों में जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों ने लोकतंत्र की जड़ों को और मजबूत करने का काम किया है.
Donning the traditional Kashmiri attire Firan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched Ayushman Bharat PMJ Sehat scheme for all the residents of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister asserted that the centre is committed towards holistic development of the Union Territory. The Prime Minister said today is a historic day as the Ayushman Bharat Sehat scheme will give free treatment of up to 5 lakh rupees to every beneficiary in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. He said presently about 6 lakh families of the UT are getting the benefits of Ayushman Bharat scheme. Now, after the launch of Sehat scheme, all 21 lakh families will get the same benefit.
आज जम्मू कश्मीर आयुष्मान भारत सेहत स्कीम शुरू की गई है. आप सोचिए, जब इस स्कीम के तहत राज्य के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को 5 लाख रुपए तक का मुफ्त इलाज मिलेगा तो उनके जीवन में कितनी बड़ी सहूलियत आएगी. अभी तक आयुष्मान भारत योजना का लाभ राज्य के करीब 6 लाख परिवारों को मिल रहा था. अब सेहत योजना के बाद यही लाभ करीब 21 लाख परिवारों को मिलेगा. साथियों, बीते 2 सालों में 1.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा गरीबों ने आयुष्मान भारत योजना का लाभ उठाया है. इससे जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को भी मुश्किल से समय में बहुत राहत मिली है. यहाँ के करीब 1 लाख गरीब मरीजों का अस्पताल में 5 लाख रुपए तक का मुफ्त इलाज किया गया है. इसमें भी
Prime Minister said that the treatment under the scheme will not be limited to government and private hospitals in Jammu and Kashmir, but will also open up the avenue of getting treatment in any of the hospitals connected under the scheme across the country. Taking a sharp dig at the opposition, Mr. Modi said that those who preach about democracy should also make efforts to practice it. Citing the case of Puducherry, he said, despite a Supreme Court order, the local body election in the Union Territory is not being conducted by the incumbent ruling Congress party there. Enumerating other measures taken by the centre for improving the life and health of residents of the Union Territory, Mr. Modi said that nearly 18 lakh cylinders were refilled under the Ujjwala Yojana in Jammu and Kashmir during the period of COVID pandemic. He informed that more than 10 lakh toilets have been built in the Union Territory under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. He said all these are attempts by the centre to improve the living condition and health of the people in the Union Territory. Taking part in the function virtually, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said PM Modi wishes to see speedy development in J&K and improvement in the standard of living of people.
जब से ये योजना शुरू हुई है, तब से 1,10,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा किसानों के खाते में पहुंच चुके हैं। और यही तो गुड गवर्नेंस है। 18,000 करोड़ से ज्यादा रुपए पल भर में, कुछ ही पल में सीधे किसानों के बैंक खातों में जमा हो गए। कोई कमीशन नहीं, कोई कट नहीं, कोई हेरा फेरी नहीं। टेक्नोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करते हुए पीएम किसान सम्मान योजना में ये सुनिश्चित किया गया है कि लीकेज न हो। राज्य सरकारों के माध्यम से किसानों का ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन होने के बाद, उनके आधार नंबर और बैंक खातों का वेरिफिकेशन होने के बाद इस व्यवस्था का निर्माण हुआ है।
Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha also spoke on the occasion. The Ayushman Bharat PM-Jai Sehat scheme will cover all those residents who are ineligible under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. Sehat provides a health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year. There is no cap on family size, and J&K residents can avail the benefits of the scheme at all designated hospitals across the country. Taking part in the function virtually, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said PM Modi wishes to see speedy development in J&K and improvement in the standard of living of people. He said the Prime Minister wants that democracy should reach the grassroots level.
जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए एक बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण और शुभ दिन है, क्योंकि आज सेहत की शुरुआत प्रधानमंत्री जी के हाथों से और ऐसे समय पर हो रही है। हम सभी जानते हैं कि कल श्रद्धेय अटल जी का जन्म जयंती थी और एक सुशासन सप्ताह केंद्र सरकार मना रही है। अटल जी का कश्मीर के लिए और कश्मीरियों का अटल जी के लिए एक विशेष लगाव रहा था।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will attend a program at Amin Gaon in Guwahati to start several development projects. He will take part as the chief guest in the ceremonial program for the establishment of Guwahati's second medical college today. Home Minister will also distribute financial assistance to Namghars under Assam Darshan scheme and also lay foundation stone for development and beautification of Bhatdrava. In the same program, Mr. Shah will also ceremonially start the work of 9 law colleges. Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal and his cabinet colleagues will also take part in the event. The Home Minister will also address the gathering and hold meeting with state BJP leadership. More details on this from our Guwahati correspondent.
The visit of Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah will set the stage for the BJP ahead of the assembly polls to be held next year. Around 3,000 artists welcomed the Union Home Minister last night at the airport. He held a discussion with Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal at Amin Gaon. Apart from laying foundation stone of several development projects, Mr. Shah will take part in a few meetings this evening. He will meet the leaders of Akham Gana Parishad and newly elected members of the ruling alliance of the Bodoland Territorial Council. Party sources said that he will attend the BJP's core committee meeting. Manas Pratim Sharma, AIR News, Guwahati.
In an exclusive interview with AIR News, Union Minister for Road Transport, Highways and MSMEs, Nitin Gadkari has said that the government is fully committed towards development in the field of infrastructure. He informed that construction of 22 green express highways, which is in progress, will prove to be a game changer in the field of transportation and travelling.
We are making 22 green express highways, one of the important highways Delhi to Mumbai. Then half of the highways construction is already completed and we will complete within 2 years. Then it will be possible for us to go from Delhi to Mumbai only by 12 hours by car and 18 hours by truck. At the same time, we are making Delhi to Katra. That is, Delhi to Amritsar will be distance only we will go about 6 hours. And this is also going to connect Jammu Kashmir. And it is one of the important highway, Punjab, Haryana. It's giving a good support for industrial development. And the Prime Minister's dream of making of Atmanirbhar Bharat a number one global economy in the world. We are all committed and we will do it and we will achieve that goal.
Mr. Gadkari also spoke about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and making India a number one global economy. He said the centre is taking every measure to boost the cottage, small, medium and micro enterprises in the country.
The first important thing is reform and perform and transform. We have changed the definition. Now funds of 20,000 crore is already sanctioned. We are giving MSME for capital market, the stock exchange. If they are going to raise money, capital, where 15% support from the government. We are making the restructure of many MSMEs. 81 lakh MSMEs has already in 3 lakh crore of loan. 81 lakh industries are getting benefit. Already the 2 lakh crore has been sanctioned and 1,60,000 crore has been disbursement is already done.
Listeners can tune into FM Gold at 9:15 p.m. tonight to listen to the complete interview with the Union Minister for Road, Transport, Highways and MSMEs, Nitin Gadkari, in our feature program Spotlight. You're listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Jammu and Kashmir for conducting transparent local body polls, says J&K has won Gandhiji's vision for Gram Swaraj. Today is a historic day as 21 lakh people will benefit from Ayushman Bharat PM Jai Sehat in Jammu and Kashmir, says Prime Minister. Home Minister Amit Shah to launch several development projects at Amingaon in Guwahati. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari says the government is making 22 green express highways to connect different parts of the country. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.78%. And in cricket, India bowls out Australia for 195 runs in the first innings of the second test at Melbourne. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back. The COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to an impressive 95.78% in the country. Health Ministry said with over 22,200 new discharges in the last 24 hours, total discharged cases are now over 97,40,000. With over 22,200 new COVID-19 infections in the last 24 hours, India's total cases have gone up to over 1,169,000. With 251 fatalities in the last 24 hours, the death toll has reached 1,47,343. Total active cases are now at 2,81,667.
Madhya Pradesh continues to report more recoveries than positive cases. The state registered decline in active cases. So far, more than 2,22,000 patients have recovered in the state. Around 29,300 tests have been carried out in the state yesterday, out of which 1,031 new positive cases were reported. With 12 patients succumbing to the infection, the death toll rose to 3,536. More details on this from our Bhopal correspondent.
As per Health Bulletin of State Department, 1,234 patients recovered yesterday. The number of new cases remained below 10 in 30 districts of the state. No new case has been reported in Agar Malwa district. Maximum COVID positive case continues to register at Indore, followed by Bhopal. Jabalpur reports 55 new positive cases yesterday. Indore District Nodal Officer for COVID-19 Prevention, Amit Malakar, informed that as per the standard operating procedure, samples of passengers who return to Indore from Britain is being tested by RT-PCR method. Pooja P. Vardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
Telangana state has reported 317 fresh COVID cases during the past 24 hours. With this, the total cases in the state has gone up to over 284,000. With 536 more people recovering yesterday, the recovery rate has gone up to 97.13%. This took the number of recovered people so far in the state to over 276,000.
In the Union Territory of Puducherry, the COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 97.4% and the fatality rate has come down to 1.66%. The number of new cases has been showing declining trend for the last few days, with the 33 new cases reported today. More from our Puducherry correspondent.
According to the COVID-19 statistics released by the Health Department, of the 33 new cases, 18 cases are from Puducherry region, 4 cases from Karaikal, 9 cases from Mahe and 2 cases from Yanam region. For the past few days, Mahe region has shown a slight increasing trend of COVID-19 cases. Only one death was reported from Puducherry region. 26 persons were discharged from hospitals. Presently, 172 persons are being treated in hospitals and another 183 positive cases are under home isolation, with the total number of 355 active cases in Puducherry. Chandramohan, AIR News, Puducherry.
In Bihar, over 243,000 patients have so far recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the state. Currently, 5,347 patients are undergoing treatment at various hospitals. Meanwhile, COVID-19 recovery rate in Bihar has improved to 97.31%.
In Mizoram, with the number of active cases declining, the recovery rate of COVID-19 currently stands at 134. The recovery rate has also improved to 96.60%. In the past 24 hours, the state has recorded no new positive case, while 12 patients have recovered. According to the State Medical Bulletin, the COVID-19 tally has reached 4,178, out of which 4,036 have recovered from the infection. Andhra Pradesh is limping back to normalcy after a long gap since the COVID-19 fear psychosis gripped the state. After a gap of 9 full months, all religious places and cinema theatres witnessed much footfalls yesterday and even today, marking the season of festivals as COVID cases drop in Andhra Pradesh. Our Vijayawada correspondent reports that a group of cinema lovers reacted that they are happy on the reopening of the cinema halls after so many days of lockdown. Most of the theatres across Andhra Pradesh were houseful before the start of the shows. This was the trend clearly visible in Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, Raja Mahendravaram, Kakanada, Srikakulam, Nellore, Illur and other places in the state.
Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said that the government has made extensive efforts in the past few months for identifying priority groups for immunization and ensuring quick and equitable distribution of the vaccine as soon as it is available. He said government has prioritized 30 crore people for COVID vaccine. It includes health workers, frontline workers and sanitation staff.
Our priority is going to be the health workers first, private as well as the public sector, followed by the frontline workers like the police and other sanitation people and all who work at the front level. And then, of course, our next priority is people who are above 50 years of age.
Talking to AIR, Dr. Tanmay Talukdar, professor in Lady Hardinge Medical College, said that the normal protocol may be maintained against new strain of coronavirus also, although it is spreading faster. He urged people to take all precautions to stay safe.
वायरस ज्यादा फैल रहा है, जिसके कारण इंग्लैंड में केसेस बढ़ गए हैं। परंतु घबराने की बात अभी तक इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि इससे इन्फेक्शन तो हो रहा है, लेकिन हॉस्पिटल एडमिशन में ज्यादा होना यानी सीवियर बीमारी होना या मृत्यु ज्यादा होना, उसका अभी तक कोई संकेत नहीं है। हमें बचाव करते रहना है, सावधान और सतर्क रहना है, उसके एक्शन लिए जाने हैं, लिए जा रहे हैं। हम सब जनता को, हम सब लोगों को ये ध्यान रखना है कि नियम हमारे लिए अभी भी वही हैं, चाहे ये नया स्ट्रेन हो चाहे पुराना स्ट्रेन हो। मास्क से तो ये अभी भी बचते हैं, हाथ धोने से अभी भी बचाया जा सकता है, पर अगर हम फिजिकल डिस्टेंस यानी दूरी मेंटेन करें तो इस वायरस से भी उतना ही बच सकते हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio tomorrow at 11 a.m. It will be the 72nd episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan and also on AIR News website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR mobile app. The News Services Division brings glimpses of the year that was in our special series Year Ender 2020. COVID-19 pandemic has been the biggest story of the year, and India has seen the fight back against the COVID-19 pandemic under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. A report from our correspondent on the initiatives made by the government to make India a digital country.
Digital India is playing instrumental role in every sphere of life of the people by providing seamless services and governance. It has immensely contributed to the growth of economy, quality of life, employment and productivity. The digital and tech solutions not only provided human-centric approach toward development but also made technology a key part of all the government schemes.
Digital India is no longer being seen as any regular government initiative. Digital India has become a way of life, particularly for the poor, marginalized, and for those in government. Using technology on such a large scale has brought about several life changes for our citizens.
The government launched the Digital India mission with a vision to transform the country into a digitally empowered society and knowledge-based economy. The major thrust was given to create digital infrastructure by providing high-speed internet, digital identity, digital payment solutions, and safe cyberspace. Today, people are getting services, facilities, social, health, and financial benefits at their doorstep through this robust digital infrastructure. These digital technologies also played an important role in providing necessary help and assistance to millions of people during the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India will launch the world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive with the help of mobile and digital technology. Bhupender Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
Talking to AIR News, CEO Ayushman Bharat, Dr. Indu Bhushan said that digital technologies are helping in rolling out government's flagship health scheme, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana.
At many levels, we have to cater to more than 50 crore people. So first, identifying a person, ensuring that the person is eligible, ensuring or confirming the identity of the person, and after that, following the whole treatment, making payment, all that is possible only because of very strong IT platform. We can also ensure that some standard treatment protocols are followed. For different health conditions, what kind of procedure should be followed, what kind of diagnostic should be done, that can be all ensured and monitored because of strong IT platform. We can also use the IT and machine learning and artificial intelligence for avoiding, deterring and mitigating fraud and abuse.
The National Jal Jeevan Mission has launched Innovation Challenge for developing portable devices to test drinking water quality. The main objective of the exercise is to bring an innovative, modular and cost-effective solution to develop portable devices that can be used at the household level to test drinking water quality instantly, easily and accurately. Since the announcement of the Jal Jeevan Mission so far, 2 crore 90 lakh households have been provided tap water connections. In Tamil Nadu, the 16th tsunami anniversary is being observed today. Our correspondent reports that thousands of people in Chennai, Nagapattinam, Kanyakumari and Kadalur paid tearful tribute to their dear ones who lost their lives during the tsunami. On December 26, 2004, a massive tsunami triggered by an undersea earthquake in Indonesia struck the South Indian coast on a Sunday morning. Giant waves swallowed many, with Kadalur and Nagapattinam districts bearing the brunt, even as thousands were killed in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. More from our Chennai correspondent.
The anniversary of the deadly tsunami that washed away more than 8,000 lives is being observed by silent rallies, special prayers and lighting candles. The massive tsunami claimed precious lives and devastated coastal districts of Chennai, Kadalur, Nagapattinam and Kanyakumari, besides leaving traumatic memories. Most fishing campers observed December 26 as a Black Day. Some fishermen stayed away from the sea as a mark of respect to the victims. Tens and hundreds of people showered flowers and poured parts of milk into the sea as a mark of remembrance of those who perished in the tragedy. Kartikeyan, AR News, Chennai.
In the Union Territory of Puducherry, the 16th Tsunami Memorial Day was observed today. Chief Minister V. Narayanasamy, Assembly Speaker Siva Gosandhu, Welfare Minister Kandasamy, MLAs representing the coastal villages, District Collector Purva Garg paid homage to those who lost their lives in the tsunami. In the Karaikal region, District Collector Arjun Sharma and others paid tributes.
Two-day National Executive Meeting of Janata Dal United will be held in Patna today. This is the first meeting after Bihar Assembly elections. Party President Nitish Kumar chairs the meeting that will analyze the performance of JDU in Bihar Assembly elections. The top brasses of the party will also chalk out the strategy to contest Assam and Bengal Assembly elections, which will be held next year. Press Information Bureau, PIB, is collecting information of all deceased working journalists who died due to COVID-19 with an objective to extend assistance to their immediate family members. In a special drive under the Journalist Welfare Scheme, PIB has asked family members of such journalists to furnish details in a prescribed format which is available on its website.
Counting of votes for the Panchayat and two municipal bodies in Arunachal Pradesh is underway. In the Pasighat Municipal Council, BJP has won 6 wards of the total 8. Opposition Congress managed to win the remaining 2 seats. In the Itanagar Municipal Corporation, from the 15 wards of the total 20, where polling was held, JDU has won 4 wards. The counting for the remaining 11 seats is on. In the second cricket test match between India and Australia at Melbourne, India were 36 for 1 at the draw of stumps on the first day. Shubman Gill with 28 runs and Cheteshwar Pujara with 8 were at the crease. Mayank Agarwal was out for a duck. Earlier, Australia were all out for 195. Bumrah took 4 wickets and Ashwin scalped 3. Marnus Labuschagne was the highest scorer for Australia with 48 runs.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital experienced mist in the morning. The temperatures will vary between 4 and 21 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Temperatures will vary between 20 and 34 degrees Celsius. Chennai will have mainly clear sky. The temperatures will hover between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. Kolkata experienced fog in the morning. The city will observe minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 25 degrees. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperatures will hover between -4 degrees Celsius and 9 degrees. In Jammu, the minimum temperature was 5 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 18 degrees. The city will have mainly clear sky. Leh will have mainly clear sky again. The minimum temperature was -13 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 0.4 degrees. Gilgit will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperatures will hover between -4 degrees to 7 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperatures will move between 0 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees. In Patna, there was fog in the morning. The temperatures will hover between 8 degrees Celsius to 23 degrees Celsius. And in Guwahati, there was fog in the early morning. The minimum temperature will be 12 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 25 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds Jammu and Kashmir for conducting transparent local body polls, says J&K has won Gandhiji's vision for Gram Swaraj. Today is historic day as 21 lakh people will benefit from Ayushman Bharat PMJ Sehat in Jammu and Kashmir, says Prime Minister. Home Minister Amit Shah to launch several development projects at Ameengaon in Guwahati. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari says the government is making 22 green express highways to connect different parts of the country. Country's COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 95.78%, and in cricket, India bowls out Australia for 195 runs in the first innings of the second test at Melbourne. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the Midday News.